Hey, what up, it's your boy Kadrae, and today I'm being joined by Lewelheds as well as DJ Tight Pants.
What up?
Lewelheds is going to be performing at Final Fest Friday, April 26th. I'm super excited for their set. They have a very unique sound. We have Josué, Dez, and Benji. How are you guys doing today?
Doing
Amazing.
great.
Awesome.
Super cool. We couldn't hear you.
Doing great.
And so I want to know if you guys want to go down the line. What are your guys' positions in the band, and start from there. So,
my name is Josué Estrada. I play trumpet and drums. I guess I use some effects pedals also on trumpet. So.
what's your last name?
Estrada.
I can never say that.
Well, okay, Estrada.
Estrada.
Yeah.
Wait, before we move on, because I remember you told me this before, trumpet and drums, but how do you do trumpet and drums? Because if you're playing the trumpet, like, where are the drums going?
Right, yeah, so actually...
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil
it. You gotta find out.
You're gonna find out.
Well, my name is Dez, and I play keys and some trumpet very rarely, and I sing in Lewelheds. Yeah.
So I can get the keys and the trumpet, but I don't know, just drums and trumpet. It's throwing me.
Oh, you're almost there.
Hey, I'm Benji, and I play guitar and drums.
And trumpet.
Part-time.
I played trumpet for 8 years.
Were you all like
Not
in the
in
same
Lewelheds.
trumpet line?
Yeah, might as well be.
Brass section, sorry. Trumpet line. What was that?
Take that seriously.
Take that very
Trumpet is
seriously.
what unites us.
Yeah, trumpet's what unites you guys. So how did you guys even meet and to be able to form Lewelheds? How did that all start?
Well, I guess I'll take this one.
Yeah.
Well, Lewelheds was initially a collection of musicians, and it evolved into you got to perform your music live, right? So you got to find people to do it with, and these guys are brothers, so they always knew each other. But a couple of our members who aren't here, Maurice Anthony, he was great friends with one of my childhood friends, and we just kind of joined together, and we all love hip hop, we all love crazy jazz music, we all love Latin music, rock, and so kind of just melds together. And we all get along too, which makes it so much easier.
So I know we've actually had a few different people in bands who are they said they're excited to hear you guys and see you guys just because pressure's on.
Wow.
So, but just because you guys are a super unique style with jazz and hip hop. And was that something you guys planned, or is that just kind of the influence from all your guys' different genres? Were you kind of shooting for let's do something really different, or were you just kind of this is music and we're making it?
I think me and Josué grew up playing that kind of music, and they both went to Friends University and were in the jazz program, and then we all listened to that kind of music on our own time. So I think we've all played in other different genre bands. And we were like, we really want to play jazz with good, and hip hop and play this together. And so that kind of forced us to we kind of forced Lewelheds to go that direction.
Yeah.
I have a question actually. I remember when I joined, especially it felt like we all started kind of having the same vision as to the new direction of writing. But do you remember a difference in style of Lewelheds before I joined? Because I feel like when I came in, the song sounded a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yes,
They definitely did. I mean, we were more kind of R&B than anything. But I definitely wanted it to go more Latin and more jazz than R&B, and that you were kind of a driving force to allow me to also do it. And
Yeah.
we kind of forced everyone else to do it.
I like how we're you guys are learning about each other.
Yeah. I never asked because I didn't want to be did the band get better when I joined? No, but I remember Benji was on guitar full time before I joined, and when I joined, he was able to go into drums, and then kind of halfway through that, I was like, I want to play drums on a few songs. And so I played trumpet, and then whenever I don't play trumpet, I play drums. Benji from drums to guitar, so kind of started switching back and forth, and I felt like everything and the sound kind of started locking in. And
which is what we did at church.
Yeah.
We would always take turns drumming because
Yeah.
that was the fun thing to do. You could just jam out and play super loud. And so we would take turns playing.
Yeah, and then Maurice, he's just an incredible writer. and he could pretty much write raps and lyrics over pretty much anything. Like
He can rap over polka music.
I don't think they heard that.
Maurice can rap very well.
Over polka.
Okay, is there gonna be polka music?
No.
Dang it. How are we supposed to know? So you guys have such a unique conglomerate of individuals because you all do very different things. We also, you guys play the trumpet, but you guys are all so unique. When you guys are writing your music and putting that together, how do you guys decide on how to come up with a sound for a particular song?
Well, it can happen a myriad of ways. These guys have an amazing relationship musically. They've been playing together their whole lives, so they'll just jam something out. They'll be like, "Yo, this is a great direction to go in." They'll bring it to the rest of us, and we'll go from there. Or we'll hear a song. I may as a producer, solo music wise, I may bring one of my songs to the band. And we'll take it in an entirely new direction. Same with Maurice. Maurice has a large catalog of music, and we've pulled certain songs that we enjoy from that, and made it our own as a band. And that's just however it happens, it happens.
That's awesome. And we have this amazing event, Final Fest, which brings a lot of local talent, some of the best talent. And you guys wanted to hop in on that. What made you guys really want to get involved in Final Fest?
We were actually approached by Joe Hagan, who we put a show together recently at Ellis Street House, and I've myself been working and networking more recently with a bunch of different people, and so that's kind of how I got connected with Joe. I was like, "Yo, we should put a show together." They have a brand new band after judo, and they're playing at Final Fest, and so then it just kind of naturally progressed, so.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Final Fest before, and I was like, man, we need to play this.
It was huge last year, huh?
Yeah, it was.
And it was really awesome to see the whole community come together and to celebrate local talent like that. I remember, Des, you talked about how you played at like EV21.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you guys love so much about playing, especially for the Wichita community?
Well, you grew up here, and you see people that you may have went to middle school with and don't know what you're up to now. So. Or you'll see people that follow you on social media, or download your mixtape, or listen to you on Spotify, or, so it's nice just to see that people who come from the same place you do actually care about what you care about, and they're inspired by the music that you can create.
There's also been this kind of renaissance in the music scene, I feel like, with some new venues in town, including Wave, and I feel like there's been high levels of cultivation as far as the music scene goes. Like, people are coming out to more shows, and so we're kind of taking advantage of that, since there's kind of new up and coming bands, and we're putting lineups together where everybody can kind of meet in the middle. And so it's been really good for our following, and just our shows have been just way more exciting and packed, and so it's been really, really cool recently, especially.
Yeah. But it seems like over the last few years and longer than that, the music scene has grown and gotten better. I used to play in a band. I was in a metal band. And I just remember the scene was like everyone who was at shows were the other bands playing at shows, and then we, throwing it out there, we didn't even get along or like each other. At the shows we support each other. It was what's up, man? And then we'd go back and those guys, or we'd get mad when other bands got on shows and we wanted on shows and stuff. And so it's cool, and part of the reason why I launched Native Noise, the local music show, is because I want to help grow the music scene, and it's growing, and there's a ton of great bands and a ton of diverse bands. So that was our way and my way of kind of giving back and getting involved and really pushing that. So it's been cool to see the growth and everything happen over the last few years.
I want to say, since you guys, we have all been in the Wichita community for so long, how have you guys seen this place evolve? I know you said we're in some type of renaissance. We have a lot more venues coming up. How have you guys seen? It's been only maybe 3 years, and the scene has just boomed so quickly.
Yeah, blown up.
Well, I've definitely seen it, like you said, there used to be shows where it was all the other bands just kind of that were playing that night, being in the audience. I mean, suddenly people were getting out, I think because of the new venues, because of the kind of shift in pop music that's moved away from just generic pop to more jazz influences and stuff like that, and more hip hop, obviously. So I think people are more open to that kind of stuff, especially in Wichita. You know, we used to play hip hop and people would cringe and leave. You know, Maurice would start rapping about certain things and they would just not be receptive to it. But it's kind of changed now. I think people are more open to hip hop, more open to jazz, and I think that's helped a lot of people just kind of go out and listen to us.
On the idea of where you guys were talking about venue-wise, having opportunities for all ages shows makes a big difference. Because if you can get a high school kid, you know, who's never really been exposed to an indie scene or organic music, that can, you know, all ages shows are great opportunities to expose, you know, that style for sure.
And so Final Fest is coming up, it's right around the corner. When are you guys performing?
Do we know?
5-ish. I would definitely get there like 3:30 or 4.
Yeah, you don't want to just hear
This
us,
band
you
before
know.
us, Daydream, they're an incredible jazz band, and the bass player that runs that band is a good friend of mine, and so they're gonna really start the night off like high, like the bar is gonna be set high, like we have to follow that, like, you know, so it's gonna be great. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm really excited for the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for being here. It means
Thank
a lot.
you.
Final Fest is Friday, April 26th. I'm super excited for it. From 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. in downtown Wichita at the ICT Pop-Up Park. It's going to be free for all ages, but there are food trucks, so if you want to grab dinner, the food trucks do cost, but hey, I mean, the event is free. There's an art show, there's live music, food trucks. What else are you asking for? You have an entire night planned for you. So Friday's going to be awesome. ICT Pop-Up Park, Final Fest Music and Arts Festival. Until next time, guys, I'll see ya.